the situation where you only have one full block and the other person is either giving a half block or they are not jumping, which I think happens quite a lot with our volleyball kind of style and makeup of the team. So what should we do? So let's just say the OH2 is the person who is doing the full block and this person can't get up in time. So what's the responsibility of this person? I would say typically this guy would be trying to cover the middle, because most of the time when the hitter's hitting, it would hit towards the center of the court. That's where most of the ball lands. So you want to block where most of the balls are going. And then you want to also force them to make the harder shots, either down the line here or a cross shot. Again, these are much more narrow, and so it's easier to make mistakes, and so we're forcing them into making certain mistakes. Now, the question is, should this person still be jumping if, let's say, they can't reach over the net or something? I think we never really discussed this formally, so it's really up to them. But in general, I would say they should still jump, because there is a psychological effect that causes this person to see that there's someone there, which will force them to go around them psychologically. And I think at least in our level with the league, most people does have that psychological effect, although you might meet one or two people who can really hit over a person. So yeah, again, this person could either jump up, causing the psychological effect, or maybe they find that it's better to peel off a little bit and to watch the jump and help out there. Now, what happens if it goes towards the center, even though we have one block, so they can easily go around it for some reason, or maybe the block comes up late? Who gets the ball? I think the responsibility still stays the same. It's still the two people in the middle going after the ball. And obviously, if the ball keeps hitting the center, then they would have to make some adjustments, right? And now this goes up to really, depending on these person's capabilities, if they're athletic enough to cover kind of the full width. But typically they would make certain adjustments, either if it's falling over here a lot more, maybe this person would step in a little more, giving up more of the line shot, or maybe this person would step in more, giving more up for the long shot. Right? And so I think that's typically how it is. But if you watch a lot of our videos, the unspoken thing is I think everyone next to each other is already talking to each other. So OH2 is talking to MB2 and RS, and they figure out who needs help or who needs to back off and whatnot. Most of the time we're doing it so that we're not running into each other. But you'll notice that if this situation goes up, then typically the people next to, let's say the ball is like going here a lot, right? Somehow it's able to make it. Then either MB2, S, or OH would talk to each other, or these three would talk to each other to talk about who wants to cover. But there's no perfect answer here, because wherever you do, if you move them out, you're gonna introduce the holes. So typically the person that is pulling in to help theoretically is that can cover a lot more range, and so that's kind of the person who would typically step up to kind of cover, depending on whoever it is, because again, we do grass rotation, so this thing rotates around, and who can cover who changes all the time. So again, it depends on the people next to each other talking about it, and then the formation gets done. All right.